Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Jess. How's it going?
How's it going? Great to finally be able to speak to you.
Likewise. So excited to come on here today. I've been following you for a while. It's a beautiful, almost spring day in New York City. So yeah, excited to have a chat with you.
Yeah, glad to have you here. Yeah, it's pretty hot down here in Florida, but I'm not complaining. I'll take the warm weather over cold weather any day. So definitely not mad at that.
Totally. Florida is always such good, chill vibes. It's like impossible to be unhappy there.
But yeah, we'll just give it a minute. But again, I do want to thank you for coming by today. For those of you just joining us, we're going to be talking about CyberConnect, decentralized social media, Web3 identities, all that good stuff. So if you're a content creator or just in Web3 in general and want to learn more, you are in the right place. But yeah, Winnie, before we get started, why don't you just maybe introduce yourself? Tell us a little bit about what your role is at CyberConnect, and yeah, and welcome again.
Of course. So, hi everyone. My name is Wen Yi. I lead business development here at CyberConnect and Link3. Essentially, my role is kind of growing our ecosystem, talking to a lot of our partners, ensuring that our protocol and product deliver maximal value to them. And yeah, I come from a TradFi background, have been with CyberConnect for a year and a quarter, up almost. Yeah, so in the past year and a quarter, we've really, gone through so much growth. I think we've gone through different stages of the company life cycle. We've brought a new product to market. We've upgraded the product with multiple features, upgraded a protocol. So yeah, it's been a really, really exciting year.
That's awesome. That's great to hear. And I mean, oops, sorry, one second. There we go. Hopefully that's better. Yeah, and in the past year, like just being in Web3, we've seen such a rise in like decentralized social platforms or apps being built all over the place. So before we get into it, I just want to congratulate you guys because I was reading an article. So number two overall app on BNB chain in the past 30 days, you guys have had over 800,000 users. That's a huge accomplishment, especially in Web3. So wanted to give you your flowers on that before we get into it.
Thank you so much. We're really excited about it. I think, in the past, starting kind of Q1 or beginning of January 2023, starting with the hackathon that we hosted with BNB Chain that incentivized a lot of developer teams building various applications on top of the CyberConnect protocol, as well as the launching of, the CC profile, and that people are now able to mint a CC profile that's not limited to just Link 3. Yeah, it's been a really, really exciting couple of months, and we've seen so much love from our community. So also shout out to everybody on this space for, engaging with us and learning about us and coming to interact with us. Appreciate you guys.
Yeah, I actually ran into like CyberConnect through somebody's Link3 profile, and since I found it, like I love the product, so I'm happy to be able to just share it here with the community. So yeah, so let's get started. So give us an overview. What is CyberConnect for somebody who may have not have heard you guys before? What is it that you guys are doing?
Of course. So at CyberConnect, the company, we have two core offerings. One is the CyberConnect protocol, and the other is Link 3. So Link 3 is built entirely on top of the CyberConnect protocol, and a lot of the features that we have utilize our own smart contracts within the protocol. So CyberConnect is a decentralized social graph protocol with identity sovereignty for mass adoption and network effects. The protocol allows users to own their social identity a network while providing a composable social data layer and a universal Web3 user account system for developers. The protocol comes with a set of generative on-chain smart contracts, including CC Profile, which is a new decentralized digital identity standard that is user-owned and governed. We have CyberConnect Social Graph, which represents the link between users' digital identities, data, content, social connections, as well as CC Wallet, which is a non-custodial and ERC 4337 compatible smart contract CyberConnect wallet that we're building. And Link 3, basically, it is a flagship application that we built on top of the CyberConnect protocol to showcase what the protocol is able to deliver. Link 3, the current narrative for it is that it's kind of like a Web3 version of Linktree plus Eventbrite. And we recently just launched a new post module as well. So now organizations can actually post articles for their followers to collect on Link 3. So yeah, within Linker we have a whole profile system, which Crypto and Coffee Pod has one. And you're also once you're in the once you have an organization profile, you're able to start hosting events with us as well. And with the event, you're able to issue a proof of participation token called WES, which stands for Web3 Status Token, so that your community members have a verifiable way of showing that they're a part of your building journey, a part of your community activities, things of that sort. And yeah, that's Link 3 at a glance.
Yeah, that's a lot going on in the CyberConnect Link 3 ecosystem. And then so for somebody who might not just be familiar with a lot of these things, like so how does CyberConnect differ from like other, quote unquote social media apps? Because like you said, you guys are focusing more on the social graph part of it and the identity part of it versus like building out the application itself. So could you talk a little bit maybe about those distinctions?
Yeah, great question. So our protocol has both an on-chain and off-chain component, whereas I think most other decentralized social graph protocols in the space are mostly just on-chain. Essentially, we wanted to combine the two because we believe that a very holistic decentralized social experience should pull in aspects from both, Web 2 and Web 3, as well as on-chain and off-chain data sources. So think say you're a developer and you're building out, a social experience for your users. It doesn't really make sense to us to have every single piece of data, including activity, including profile, including content, to be put on chain because it's not as scalable and the gas fees get really expensive. So we wanted to provide the flexibility and option for people to store their data in these things we call the SSM, which stands for Scalable Storage Modules, where we provide some activities in an off-chain environment and some activities in an on-chain environment. It's only when you're ready to monetize something like a post or a connection or a subscription that you put the data and transaction on chain. Whereas for things that are more scalable and lighter weight in their gravity, we wanted to provide this off-chain experience so that it's easier to execute and it doesn't cost money.
That's awesome. So let's go back. So we start off with your CC profile. So I have my CC profile for my personal crypto and coffee, and then I also have my crypto coffee pod. You could also check out my link 3 in my bio if you want to look more at what it looks like. So what are the advantages of this CC profile and like having this identity? What are the compared to just signing up to like a decentralized application? Oh, did we lose Wenny or am I
Oh,
gone?
hi. Sorry, I was speaking and I didn't realize my mic was muted. So from the user perspective, the core concept of CC Profile is that it's interoperable and portable. So we basically map all the things that you have on chain, including NFTs, SBTs, or a Twitter handle or a DID. We map all of them to one holistic identity, which comes in the form of CC Profile, so that your identity is consistent throughout all of your experiences, all of Web3. You're able to kind of put all your data in a little backpack and take it along with you to every platform that you go to. So we pull in both verifiable elements as well as elements that you curate yourself to tell a very vivid and holistic story as to who you are, what you've been doing on chain verifiably, and also, what you want to tell the world about yourself. So yeah, I would say, with CC Profile, you're able to one, own your own data and be in charge of how you present your identity to all these different platforms and experiences. And for developers, they're basically able to tap into this really robust layer of data pulled in from both off-chain and on-chain data sources, and they're able to, bootstrap their own social network and tap into our ecosystem of about 750,000, on-chain profiles minted, so that they can kind of avoid the cold start problem.
Yeah, and the reason, just me as a creator and being in Web3, I can't tell you any, like every week I get a message from somebody, a friend, hey, sign up to this app, sign up to this new, Web3 app. And I'm like, okay, so I got to sign up. I go on there, there's nothing. I got to set up my profile. I have zero followers. And it's like, it's starting over every time. So the idea that you can just take your identity, take all the information, take your social graph, your followers, who you follow, it's like for a content creator, it's a dream come true.
Absolutely. I think creators are a really good niche for the use cases of CyberConnect protocol because at the end of the day, the protocol centers around the idea of data ownership. We return the ownership of data back to users, and that's especially relevant for creators because if a creator is always dependent on a centralized platform or a corporation that owns their content, their profile, their connections, you're never truly in charge of your creativity, of your content, of who you are online. Whereas through CyberConnect protocol, you're essentially able to actually be in charge of how you monetize and what your identity looks like and be consistent everywhere you go and not have to start over every single time you enter a new realm of the social experience.
I'm so for that because like I said, we've seen this influx of apps, and every week, oh hey, sign up to this new one, sign up to that one, and I'm just like, I can't do this all at once.
I know.
But yeah, so when we talk about the smart contracts available on the platform, we talked about CC profile, carries your profile and identity. What are some of the other, smart contracts that are in the ecosystem, and how do they help creators like myself, like monetize or control their data?
Yeah, so on top of CC Profile, we also have subscription NFT. So CC Profile is basically profile NFT. We have three in total: the profile NFT, subscription NFT, and essence NFT. So subscribe NFT basically is a unidirectional relation NFT where if you're say you're a creator and you want to launch a community on a platform and monetize those relationships, you're able to issue your very own subscription NFT, and we also have this middleware for you to set up who's eligible to mint your subscription NFT. Say, for example, for something as like a super member or a royal or a loyal like VIP member, something like that, where you're able to essentially claim this badge and have premium perks for to the creator. And we also have Essence NFT, which you can kind of interpret as either content or activity NFT. So for the West token that you're actually able to claim for this space as well, it is a pilot use case of the Essence NFT. So for West, you're basically minting an on-chain, you're minting an activity which is participating in this AMA as an NFT, and that's essentially what Essence NFT enables you to do.
Yeah, make sure I did put the link up on the top if you want to check it out. And me, like as a host, and we'll get more into Link3 because I love Link3. And I think for spaces hosts and people that like host events, is definitely a great tool. But I'm looking for, now that I have that tool, like I'm looking to utilize it more, maybe create some custom West to give out and maybe get creators involved in it. So definitely appreciate like the tools for creators to just make it easier. And just the approach that CyberConnect is taking, that, okay, we're going to leverage some of what's already there and just like enhancing it. Is that, rather than building out like the infrastructure for it, you're providing us tools? Is that maybe an accurate statement?
So for Link 3, yes, it is a tool, but we also provide the infrastructure because Link 3 is built on the CyberConnect protocol, which is the infrastructure that powers Link 3. So yeah, we're greedy. We do it all. We have both the underlying data layer and also the kind of platform on top that provides a more directly consumer facing, user friendly interface for you to be interacting with the protocol.
Right. Great. And since you did mention developers, so how could developers take advantage of CyberConnect and the social graph and all the data that's available to them?
Yeah, so there are a lot of different use cases that can be built with the data that we provide. So the most intuitive one is integrations of CC profiles. So you can kind of tap into this profile system and get a lot of data associated with each profile NFT. With subscription NFTs, say you're a creator platform and you want to enable creators to kind of be able to launch their own communities on your platform and monetize from it, you're able to integrate that. And for Essence NFT, really any activity or piece of content that you want your users to be able to mint, you're able to integrate that as well. And for resources, you can head to docs.cyberconnect.me and our hash note to just check out some tutorials and also core concepts and what exactly it is that we provide. And for inspiration, so head to CyberConnect's Link3 page. We published an article that basically gives a recap of the different projects that emerge from our hackathon that utilizes CyberConnect, as well as some of our sponsors for the hackathon's protocols to build these different applications. But yeah, there are a lot of possibilities as to what you can build with the CyberConnect protocol. It's not limited to just social media platforms. If you head over to Hashnode, you can also check out, recently we launched an article with LivePeer, where LivePeer is a decentralized live streaming platform and video platform. So once you integrate, a social graph and a video streaming platform, like that is a very organic use case for creators who are looking to not only put out video content, but also monetize their follower base or community who are watching their videos. So yeah, lots of inspiration and resources here.
That's great to hear. So, with all the different applications, like you said, CyberConnect is kind of like the infrastructure for all these different apps. So we know that the profile is cross application. You can move it around applications. What about the content? As a content creator, would I be able to distribute my app easily across all the different platforms that are built on CyberConnect? How does that work?
Right. So in terms of content, if you're so the content that you're launching on link 3 is kind of just within our post module, so you're not able to like port it to other platforms. And so far we haven't really seen like pieces of content stored in the CyberConnect protocol being brought to other platforms, but I'm personally not really sure exactly what that process would look like, but as of right now we don't have a use case of that.
Okay, makes sense. Makes sense. But yeah, and so going back to the different types of smart contracts, so you talked a little bit about the essence and subscription and NFTs. What are some ways that you would see maybe like creators, like myself, utilizing it, using maybe these two different NFT contract types like hand in hand?
Yeah, so for creators, you would need to go through a platform that has those smart contracts integrated into them. So, for example, for yourself, you can utilize subscription NFT to essentially monetize on your community. So, for example, through the middleware that we provide, users of the platform that has CyberConnect protocol integrated can really easily just call an API and set up the rules as to who's eligible to mint their subscription NFT, whether you need to hold a certain token or whether you need to have participated in this activity or whether you need to pay this amount of money. You can set up rules as to who's eligible to basically be a part of your super fan club. And once you have those rules set up, you can issue your own set of subscription NFTs for people to mint, so then you're able to directly monetize on the relationship between you and your super fans. And for Essence NFT, a really intuitive use case is kind of what West does, where if you're, for example, right now you are already utilizing our Essence NFT, like for this particular space, since you issued a West, you're able to establish this verifiable activity relation between you and your followers who are participating in this space. So any piece of content or any piece of like activity that you would like your users to be able to mint on chain, it can be done via SSNFT.
Love it, love it. Yeah, I love the West, and I'm definitely looking forward to utilizing that more and finding different ways to use it. So currently, I know the West are being minted on BNB chain. Is CyberConnect multi-chain? Is there plans to be multi-chain? How does that work?
Yes, we are multi-chain. For BNB Chain, it's because at the beginning of the year we co-hosted a hackathon with them, so we wanted to promote, our hackathon co-hosts, and for the purpose of, building during that time, we wanted our co-host to kind of be the entry point to building with this hackathon. But in reality, the protocol itself is multi-chain.
Yeah, I'm not mad at the B&B thing because fees, gas fees are super cheap, and I'm a huge B&B chain advocate, so definitely like that.
Absolutely. I think, especially with the new greenfield storage coming out of BNB Chain, I think that makes a lot of sense for Web3 Social to be built upon because of the cheap gas fees.
Totally agree. Yeah, and for the audience, if you're not familiar with B&B Greenfield, you can check out one of our previous episodes. We had somebody on from B&B Chain speaking about that. But yeah, definitely looking forward to that as well. But yeah, I'm glad you guys chose B&B Chain. Definitely easy to mint and cheap to be able to, mint the West for every episode, especially since I'm always on Spaces. But yeah, so we talked a little bit about that. So yeah, let's talk about Link 3. So Link 3 was basically the first product that you guys built on CyberConnect. And like you said, it looks like you have more than 1,600 organizations signed up, more than 5,000 events, and you mentioned more than 600,000 users with the CC profile, or is it past that already?
We're past that. I think we're at about 750,000
Oof,
now.
when 1 million.
Yes, we're almost there.
So definitely seen a huge growth in that space. So maybe want to just maybe to circle back, like what is Link 3, or maybe let me chime in a little bit since I use it as how I like to use it.
Yeah, we'd
Um,
love to hear some feedback.
yeah, so I
And
love
thanks for being an avid Link 3 user. We appreciate it.
yeah, so I found it through somebody that had their Link 3 in their bio, and I'm like, hey, what is this? So I signed up. And as a host, I can set up AMAs on there. You can add either a Twitter link or a Discord link. And basically, it also captures analytics for you. You can host raffles, which automatically, based upon people's wallets that sign up. What else? It makes you a cool little cute banner automatically. So if you see those little, when you see me and Wenny and the crypto and coffee pod image, it automatically does that for you. So like 5 things taken off my list that I don't have to do. So how did that concept come about? Is it just something that you saw that was missing in the space, or how did the team come about this?
Yeah, absolutely. So this is exactly the type of problem that we were trying to solve. We wanted to see, what was something that a lot of people were doing in the Web3 social space, but were still very much being executed in a Web2 fashion, which was kind of community management. So a lot of Web3 is so community centric. So many projects host a lot of town halls with their communities, interact with their communities on their Discord every day, have all these announcements, but they were still using Web2 tools, and a lot of the processes were very manual, like collecting wallet addresses for rewards, or helping people register for your events. So essentially, we wanted to provide this tool that made the process just simpler for all the projects, for the users, and also to help them execute it in a Web3 native way. So all the data that you see on Link 3 profiles is stored on Arweave and IPFS, so decentralized storage, data storage solutions. And we also have, obviously, West tokens and things of that sort, and the actual profile NFT that are on chain. So this is an entirely Web3 native experience, and it also, is solving a problem that a lot of projects were having, in that all the community activities that they had weren't really streamlined and took a lot of manual work from their design team, their social team, their community team. So we wanted to, help basically everyone to be able to manage their communities better, and also in a more decentralized way.
Yeah, and another thing too, like I'm always on Twitter, but even with that, I've been able to find so many different communities that I didn't have exposure to before. So just being able to have a Web3 focus place where I can find different, AMAs or events, it's definitely helped like grow my outreach and the communities that I participate in.
Yeah, I think Link3 offers a really robust ecosystem of Web3 native users who, are always looking for events to attend or to even just discover new projects, new articles. One thing about, always advertising on Twitter and Discord is that it kind of creates an echo chamber where people are kind of just advertising to the same crowd of people every day. Whereas if you're tapping into Link 3, we essentially curated, all these different groups from various locations, from various communities who truly have a passion for Web3. So yeah, it's really helpful for distribution as well.
Completely agree. Completely agree. But yeah, so you guys have obviously seen a huge influx of users in the past years. Where's the team focused on now? Are you still focused on onboarding, building applications, onboarding devs? Like, what is the focus for the team at the moment for CyberConnect?
Yeah, so I think for the past half a year or so, we've mostly been going to market with Link 3 because, it's directly consumer facing, really easy to use, a super digestible concept. But throughout that whole time, Link 3 has gained a lot of traction and it's been writing a lot of data back to the CyberConnect protocol. So, we've been kind of prepping the protocol and now we're ready to deliver the protocol to developers and, projects who want to integrate it for maximal value add. So our focus this year has mostly been, dev centric, starting with the hackathon where we, wanted people to use the smart contracts to build out these really robust applications. And continuing on for this year, there's going to be a lot of product updates and even more incentivizations to build the CyberConnect protocol. And in terms of products, in terms of upgrades, there will be some new things coming, which I'm not gonna disclose just yet. But yeah, there's lots to look forward to.
That's awesome. I can't wait to see what you guys are cooking up. I'm sure it's going to be something good.
I'm really excited as well.
And what about some of the recent partnerships? I know you announced, you mentioned something about Live Peer. You want to maybe talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, sure. So we had a lot of sponsors during our hackathon who were also actively integrating with LivePeer, it's decentralized video stream and live streaming with a social graph, and we also have a partnership with Lit Protocol, which is basically access control integrated with a social graph, and we have Favor, who is this decentralized social media platform who aims to be kind of a super app or a gateway to all things Web3 social. So, and really interesting about them is that they leverage multiple decentralized social graphs integrated into their product. So you get, a lot of data and a lot of portability. And we also have, Read On, which is this Web3 native like article reading app where you're able to be rewarded for just reading on there. And they're integrated with the CyberConnect protocol for a profile system and Quest N they're called now, integrated the .cyber profile domains. So yeah, lots of different applications here and lots of new integrations. And if you're interested in checking them out, feel free to head to our Link 3 page and look at the article that we posted recently.
Yeah, and you guys did introduce that new feature recently where you can also do post on Link 3, which is pretty cool. And also saw that you guys have a fan club feature now as well.
Mhm. Yes, correct. So, essentially, we wanted to provide a lot of features for community management, which is kind of what we set out to do in the very beginning with Link 3 as well. So, with the post module, it's basically you're able to post these articles, and then people are able to collect them on chain. And then for the fan club, it's essentially a way to incentivize your community to learn more about you, engage with you, to kind of showcase, how attentive they've been to your community building journey, which is, I think, a really useful stat for projects to kind of determine, how to tier their communities, how to reward their loyal participants, or how to kind of become closer to people who have contributed a lot to their community and to kind of spreading the gospel of their project. So, yeah, essentially, we just wanted to provide these tools for people to manage their communities even better and showcase their relationships with these Web3 projects.
Yeah, and I'll make an announcement for the audience. If anybody has a question, feel free to start requesting to come up while we get through some of the last items.
Cool.
Yeah. But yeah, so a lot going on over there. So and what about I recently saw that you guys also partnered with Favor, or how does that work with like the different applications that are built on CyberConnect?
So Favor essentially integrated our protocol to also enable, the CC profile system on their app. I'm not sure exactly what you're asking about, but essentially they're reading data from us and utilizing our profile system. So to provide their users with, an even smoother UX and an even better experience on the social platform.
Gotcha. So they're basically extracting the profile data onto their platform and leveraging that.
Yes, correct.
I do see that we have Active up here. Good morning, Active.
Good morning. Thanks for bringing me up. I
Hello.
appreciate it. It's a great space as usual. I did come a little late, so I'm, one of those people
Glad
right
you're
now,
here.
but
How's it going?
thank you. Going well. So I hear you're on Binance, is that right? Yeah.
No, so we
Or
are
is it
on BNB chain. Our protocol does support BNB chain.
BNB? Yeah, that's Binance, right?
Yes.
So you're not, is that the only chain that you're on right now?
No, so our protocol is technically multi-chain, so we support a lot of EVMs, but at the moment, because of the hackathon that we just co-hosted with BNB Chain, they were a co-host, so we wanted to kind of promote developers building in that ecosystem for the purpose of this hackathon.
Awesome. Were you in, sorry, like I said, I was late. You were in a hackathon, or you're in one now,
Oh,
or what
so at
was
the beginning of the year, I think we started on February 7th and it ended mid-March. We had about a month-long hackathon that we co-hosted with BNB Chain. So basically, it was developers building with the CyberConnect protocol on BNB Chain, utilizing the new Greenfield storage, as well as some of our sponsors like Lit Protocol, XMTP, LivePeer, Notify. So a lot of dev-centric protocols who were sponsors and offer different tracks for people to build with. So yeah, the hackathon is already over, but if you would like to see a recap, we have an article posted on the CyberConnect Link 3 profile page that kind of recaps, what kind of applications were built and what kind of teams participated.
That's awesome. Thanks, Active, for the.
Yeah, I was
Oh
just gonna
no,
say
no
thanks.
problem.
Thanks.
No problem. Thank you for the question.
All right, last chance. Anybody else have any other questions for Wenny or regarding CyberConnect Link 3? Make sure to hit request to come up. Aside from that, Henny, Wenny, maybe on the last point, like, what are some obviously, as a content creator, I could go on about the monetization part about Web2 socials, but what are some of the other issues that you see in Web2 socials that hopefully CyberConnect will solve?
Yeah, I think the main pillars are that one, with data ownership, we want to return that ownership to users. And two, with the walled gardens, we want to enable developers everywhere to utilize this like public good of a data layer to kind of avoid the cold start problem and, bootstrap their own social network. And lastly, I think recently with, platforms like Twitter, with how they're charging like $1,000 a month for a gold check mark, or basically having people pay to be a verified user on Twitter. We want verifiability to be more robust than that. We want to create a protocol in which verifiability comes with, your actions and your activities instead of the money that you pay. So yeah, I would say those are the top of mind things that I can think of right now.
Awesome. So yeah, if anybody wants to sign up to CyberConnect, make sure to check out their Twitter profile, or you could also check out my Linktree profile and go down the drain there, go down the rabbit hole there, because they have so many tools and so much going on in their ecosystem, which is going to be good to see. And if there's any developers here and anybody's that's thinking about, what can I build with CyberConnect? Where's the best place that they could go? Is that also on cyberconnect.me?
Yeah, so go to docs.cyberconnect.me and you can also find our hash node for tutorials and for integration docs. And also our DMs are always open, so feel free to email us, DM us.
Can I ask, because I was late, I hate to be that person that comes and
Yeah, no
asks
worries.
questions about everything you already
Go ahead.
said, but is it, is this mostly geared towards creators, right? Like it's creator centric, so someone who is a creator should pursue this, like
Um,
it should help.
so for
Or is it, go
Not
ahead.
quite. So CyberConnect protocol is a data layer that developers can interact with. They can integrate it into their own product or project. And some of them can be creator
Okay.
platforms in which once you have the CyberConnect protocol integrated, creators are able to monetize their communities that are launched on there, monetize from their content NFTs, activity NFTs, monetize basically their, on-chain interactions with their fans. And for Link 3, I do think it's very helpful for creators in both distribution and also just kind of project management in terms of the events that you're hosting or in terms of like hosting an event to announce some sort of drop. But yeah, so
Okay.
Link 3.
So we're talking about two different things here. The protocol and then link 3 are different, are separate. Okay. It makes more
Mhm.
sense
Yep,
now.
yep. Link 3 is just one of the products built on CyberConnect. And there's also other applications that are integrated with CyberConnect. So, one of the things that I'm most excited about is that you're able to mint your CC profile and that identity. You could take it through any of the other applications that are built on CyberConnect. So, definitely a plus, especially when you have friends every day sending you the link to a new app to sign up to and you have to start from scratch. So definitely a plus there.
I'm with you on the overwhelming nature of all the shit that's coming out. It is crazy. It's like, what direction should I go in? You know what I mean? It's insane.
Totally. And
So
I think, with all these different accounts that you have and all these new platforms that are emerging, things just can, like you said, just get overwhelming or messy. And with CC Profile, you basically have this one super holistic curation of all your pieces of data and all your identities into one. So you're able to be consistent and kind of just port your own identity to every new place that you go to, as you would in real life.
And one last thing that we didn't touch about is how are we able to, as a user who has a CC profile, that also gives you the ability to control the data that's like that the applications are able to access. Does that also give some leeway for that?
Sorry, could you repeat your question?
Oh,
Are you asking
oh,
the
sure,
leeway
sure.
for
So
users?
basically, having a CC profile, are you also able to control the information that applications can access?
That's a great question. So a lot of the data that we have is already publicly available on chain. So that data is already public and already readable by everyone, that it's permissionless. So in terms of that, like the projects will be able to just read that kind of data. But we have a really exciting integration with Lit protocol, which enables access control for different applications. So if you want to understand how that works, we have an integration doc posted on our Link 3 page as well.
That's awesome. That's awesome. That's very interesting. So definitely looking forward to that. Before we
Awesome.
wrap up, Wendy, anything you want to leave us with? Any new features coming out? Any new announcements coming soon that maybe we should be on the lookout?
As of right now, I'm gonna keep that a secret. There's always something new brewing on the CyberConnect team, so stay tuned. Interact with us on our social media platforms. Go to Link 3 to check out the events that we're hosting, articles that we're posting. But yeah, essentially, want to thank you to everyone again, and thank you for having me on this episode. It's been really fun talking about what we've been building and what we're really looking forward to. And I think for this year, we are really focused on providing even better, products and features and experiences that really, are able to make the decentralized social experience that much more robust. So yeah, stay tuned.
Awesome. That's great to hear. Yeah, I'm looking forward to see what comes out, what devs are building and what new products you come out with. So definitely looking forward to that. Make sure to follow Wendy and the CyberConnect account. And make sure to go claim your West. If you want to try it out, go claim your West, mint your CC profile, check out the AMAs on Link3. And yeah, and I'll be back here on Friday for Crypto and Coffee. Thank you, Winnie, again for coming. Really appreciate your time. I know you guys are super busy. And again, congrats. Again, you guys have made huge progress. If you, in case you missed it at the beginning, I said, you know, in the past 30 days, CyberConnect has had around 800,000 active users, the number 2 D app on BNB chain. So congrats to that again.
Thank you so much. And thank you for all your support with, using the Link3 product and also hosting your events with us. We really appreciate, your usage and your feedback, and also for having us on this episode. And congrats to you as well for curating, amazing AMAs and spreading the gospel of blockchain and Web3 and crypto. So, well done.
No, like I said, it's been my pleasure. Like I actually like using the product, and since I found it, I've been using it every week, and it's definitely helped me manage my events and my community, and like I said, and grow my outreach and meet new communities as well. So I definitely agree with you that sometimes Twitter and your circle can become an echo chamber, and just having this additional tool to be able to find other people in Web3 has been really helpful. So definitely appreciate that.
How long have you been using
Maybe
it,
like
Jess?
a month and a half or 2 months around there. Yeah.
Amazing. So glad to hear that it's been helpful for you. That's what we aim to do.
All right. Well, thank you guys for coming. Make sure to check out the links in the top, and we'll be back on Friday. Have a great day.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Thanks, Jess. Bye.